Hi Scorpio, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for December. I hope you guys are all doing well. I am going to take a quick second, Scorpio, to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Scorpio out there. So guys, take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, get in where you fit in. But as always, Scorpio, please don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Scorpio? Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, you are starting out with the Seven of Cups reversed. You have the Nine of Cups and you have the Six of Swords. So you're either hoping for a love offer from somebody or you're wanting to give a love offer to someone. I feel like you've kind of narrowed down your choices here. There's a clarity that you have now that you didn't have before. There was some sense of confusion before. You've now got the clarity. So you're either hoping for a love offer or you want to give one. I do feel like there's a sense of playfulness within this connection. With the Six of Swords here, you're trying to move away from people and things that are creating chaos. You're wanting to move towards something that is happier. I feel like you've been dealing with some people in the past that may have been very chaotic. And it looks like a particular person, but this person is, I'm getting almost like a bipolar type of energy, and you're like, nah, I'm not dealing with that chaos anymore. So you're moving towards peace. Some of you could be physically moving. Let me see who's in your energy. Show me who's in Scorpio's energy. All right, we have the Empress in reverse, Taurus, Libra energy. We have the Queen of Cups, Pisces, another Scorpio or Cancer, and we have the Eight of Swords. Well, I will tell you, this person does have feelings for you. They could be a little bit of a drinker. That could be, you know, some of that energy I saw earlier. They are full of anxiety, though. This person is up in their head. They're thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. I feel like this is whoever you're moving away from, because they're just like, it's almost an obsessive energy. They also are in a lack mentality with the Empress in the reverse. This is somebody that, you know, is feeling like things are not going right for them. And they're basically saying it's your fault. This is somebody who feels like they can't get enough of your energy, I feel like. And I feel like you're seeing this person more clearly than you ever have. Yeah, I do. They do have feelings for you. They are legitimate feelings, but they're in a lack mentality. So this is somebody who could be chasing after you. This is somebody who doesn't understand and their own value, their own self-worth. They could be having some financial issues, and they definitely are a little bit obsessive. There's a lot of anxiety in their energy. Show me the energy between Scorpio and this person. The King of Swords. There was some honest communication between the two of you. Yep. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Very strong Libra energy. Yeah, there was some honest communication. Might have gotten a little heated even. Let me see what's affecting this connection. The Four of Wands in the reverse, an ending. Yeah, that's an ending. I feel like you're moving towards someone else, or you're hoping to find someone else. This person doesn't want to let you go, though. Yeah, let me see the outcome. Show me the outcome at the end of the week. The Five of Swords, conflict. Yeah, there's going to be some conflict, and it's going to be pretty cutting. Some sharp words are going to be said, some cutting words. And it's what's going to cause you to kind of say, I'm done here. You know, I never know what version of you I'm going to get, and I'm out. Bottom of the deck is the Six of Wands in the reverse. That's underlying energy. And that does indicate something is not working out. Something is, you know, there's a sense of other people observing this, watching this, you know, so there could be family or friends that are, you know about what's taking place between you and this person. Let's clarify your reading. Spirit, why is the Seven of Cups in reverse? All right, so we have the Four of Cups reversed and we have the Three of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you got a very clear picture of what was taking place here between you and this person. I feel like you feel like the love is kind of drained out of the situation. I feel like you've learned lessons from the past. There was a lot of confusion, and I feel like you've gotten very clear. And for you, you're saying, yes, at one point there was a lot of love here, but at this point, like everything that's taken place, I'm not feeling it. I'm feeling like this is, you know, this is over. This is done. I do feel like you waited to have this conversation with this person. You kind of waited to see if things would change. You know, you were looking for that clarity. Let me see why the Knight of Cups is here. Why is the Knight of Cups here for Scorpio? Yeah, there's somebody new. King of Swords, and there's the Page of Cups. Yeah, you're either hoping that this person, this new person, gives you an offer of love, or you want to. And this is the King of Swords, so this is what was discussed here. Yeah, I feel like you've fallen for someone else. This was the honest communication. You were waiting to talk to this person. You were waiting to get clarity on the situation. But I do feel like that conversation has happened. This new person could be an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. But it's this new person is why this connection is ending. Let me see why the Six of Swords is here. Page of Wands reversed. And the Eight of Cups. Yeah, you're walking away from this situation. And it does look like you are afraid that this person in your energy is going to act out when you do that. Because there's this feeling you have here that they're chaotic. You never know what version of them that you're going to get. Are they going to be happy? Are they going to be loving? Are they going to be angry? You just don't know. And you realize that this person in your energy acts out when they don't get their way. So you're walking away from this situation. It's chaotic. You're over it. You're done. And it does look like you're moving towards someone else. And I feel like you were honest with this person about it. But at the same time, you're waiting for that fallout. Let me see this person in your energy. Show me why the Empress is here in reverse. The Strength card, Page of Pentacles. Yeah, they're going to chase after you. This person they have strong feelings for you. They're realizing that things are not growing between the two of you. I definitely see that there was a discussion about somebody new here. And this person in your energy is basically saying, they're going to be texting you. They're going to say, we can overcome this. We can work this out. You know, this is a connection that is very strong. So I do feel like they're going to come at you strong. They're going to come at you hard. Leo's energy is here. But yeah, this person, they're going to be texting you. I see them like almost obsessively texting you. Let me see why the Queen of Cups is here. Yeah, Nine of Cups reversed. Be careful, because like I said, this person could be drinking to cope with their feelings. Two of Wands in the reverse. They feel like you chose someone over them. This person is extremely unhappy right now. They do love you. I mean, that they actually really do love you, but they feel like you're being selfish. They feel like you going in another direction was selfish. They're basically saying your choice to, you know, go in another direction with someone else is what's causing all this unhappiness. Yeah, they're struggling. They're struggling with the fact that you're moving forward. Why is the Eight of Swords here? This ending is difficult. This could be a marriage or a long-term connection. All right, we have the Six of Pentacles reversed. We have the Four of Swords. This person will at some point go silent if they haven't already. I feel like initially they're going to be like texting you, but then they're going to fall silent. It looks like it might be after you actually move forward, or there could be a conflict that causes them to do that. But I need you to understand, Scorpio, that this person is not well balanced. They're not well balanced at all. If you pull back and you're not talking to them, this person's going to come at you and say, you know, you're being so selfish here. So yeah, this person, they do have some difficulty, and you recognize that. Emotionally, they're not balanced. Let me see why the King of Swords is here. There's a need for this person to heal their energy. All right, we have Justice, Queen of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. So the King of Swords can sometimes be an attorney. I do feel like if this is a marriage, this is going to go into legal. Or if this person is stalking you, and for some of you, this person might, it could go into legal. Because I see you basically saying, look, I'm not dealing with this. You're trying to be fair. They feel like you're not fair. I do feel like you were honest with them, but you kind of waited to have this conversation because you knew it was going to end up in a fight. But you're going to fight for what it is that you want. And it's not this person, it's somebody new. Now, this person in your energy, I feel like they're not willing to let go of this. So the fight, if this is legal, they're going to be fighting for children. They're going to be fighting for money or finances. Because I see both of those for some of you, not everybody. So yeah, and they will have a strong case. However, I don't think it's going to necessarily come out the way they want it to. I feel like you're going to fight pretty hard as well. Even if there's not legal implications in this, Scorpio, I feel like you're going to fight for what it is that you want. And you are trying to do the right thing. You're trying to be honest and upfront with this person. I do feel like they're struggling a great deal. It does look like for some of you, this person has a child with you. But that's not for everybody. Just be careful, because I do feel like that, you know, there's a possibility that that could get drawn into the whole thing. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. Very strong Libra energy as well. Let me see. Show me why the Four of Wands is in reverse. Knight of Cups reversed. And the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, you may have to wait. If you have somebody in mind, this new person in mind that you want to be with, you may have to wait in order for this situation to end, particularly if you are married, or you know there's any kind of legal implications here. The person that's in your energy feels like you are trying to break down, you know, everything. They're blaming you. They're saying it's your fault. You've gone in a different direction. Again, this person could have drug or alcohol issues, so just be aware of that. But they're going to try to hold you to the connection. They're definitely going to try to hold you to the connection, and it will slow down anything that you have with someone else. Now, that being said, I do see that this connection is going to dissolve. And I do see you actually, you know, going into something else, but I feel like it's gonna take some time. This person's gonna slow you down because they just don't want to release you. They don't want to let you go. Let me see the outcome. The World in reverse. Queen of Wands reversed, the Devil, Capricorn energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and there we have the Nine of Swords. So their anxiety is only going to increase. when the silence happens between the two of you. So what I see happening is there's going to be a big argument. It's going to be regarding this new person. The new person, you could have already been involved with that person, or there's something here. I feel like you're going to fight for that connection, but there is some sort of a toxic energy that is present. And I do see that for you, it's related to, you know, moving towards someone else. I do see that you're trying to walk away from this person, but it is not going to be complete by the end of the week. In fact, it looks like there's going to be a big argument here. Very cutting, very difficult. I do feel like for this person, they are in a deep state of anxiety, and it's only going to increase with this argument. They do have some toxic behaviors that they need to address. I do feel like that's why this connection broke down. But see, they're not seeing that. They're not taking accountability for their toxic behaviors. What they're saying is, no, it's you. You're toxic. It's because you found someone else. See, I see you moving away from this connection regardless, because you never know what version you're going to get of this person. So there were a lot of reasons it looks like this broke down. There is somebody new in your energy, Scorpio. How that came about, it may have just been timing issue. I do feel like you're fixing to engage in a war with this person. And they are obsessed. They are obsessed. So after this argument, there's going to be silence, but they're in a deep state of anxiety. They're very emotionally unbalanced right now. Their toxic behaviors are going to increase. So I feel like it's going to slow down any kind of new, you know, situation that you may have your mind on. I feel like that's going to kind of be slowed down, either from legal issues or just because this person is just, they're not going to just quietly release this connection. So this looks like a little bit of a mess, and there's toxic energy that's all around. So just be very careful. All right. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Swords, and that's underlying energy. So like I said, there's gossip going on. This tells me that people are gossiping. People are talking about this. People are spying. They're trying to carry information back and forth. So be careful who you bring into your energy and who you confide in, you know, because I feel like other people are getting involved in this situation, and Lord knows there doesn't need to be. It's already difficult in and of itself. So be careful of others. All right, I'm going to pull an oracle card. All right, you have number 4, and it's called Falling, the Unknown, Descent, Momentum, and Change. Yeah, you may be feeling a lot of instability right now. Give me a second, I'm going to read that. It says, the in-between, the end of what once was, the letting go of who you were, and rebirth into a new life. Unknown outcomes, complete immersion in the process of change. And that's definitely what I see here. So it can be very disconcerting. You got to be very careful of who you're letting into your world, who you're confiding in, and just try to find your stability, Scorpio, because this does look like this is going to be difficult. All right. All right. I hope that this has given you a little bit of insight into what is taking place here, and I hope it has helped. If you have resonated with this, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hype the video if you get the opportunity. Until I see you in your next reading, please know that you are love, and namaste.